All right, so if you saw my last video, then you know I put the, so you can see it here, I put the Apple CarPlay in my 2003 Ford Explorer, so now I have Apple CarPlay in there, but this also comes with backup camera. So we're gonna put the backup camera in today. So let's get the Mustang out of the way, get the red wagon in here. I don't know if you can hear that water pump chirping, but that'll probably be my next video. So I'm trying to figure out where to mount this thing. I think it's got to be on the bottom side down here. And I know I can screw into this, but I'm not screwing into that, that's for sure. That's steel. Looks like somebody left the part of the plug there. Anyway, I'm trying to figure this out. Or I could, let's see here. Could mount it under here. I'd have to make myself a bracket. Okay, so it's got to tie into the positive pole of the reverse light. So I think this is going to be the easiest way here. And then I'm probably just going to mount it right there, as close to the middle as I can. Right there, probably. So let's get this thing going. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it to the plastic part of the bumper underneath, right next to the trailer hitch. And then I have to wire through here, so I'm going to take these two screws out and take this off, the cover off the terminal of the reverse lights. I'm going to have to figure that one out real quick. And then I'm going to run the wire that communicates with the Apple CarPlay to the actual screen through the interior of the car. So I'm going to mock all that up and make sure it works, and then I'll actually hide all the wiring and all that stuff. So let's get started. It's hot out here in Texas. Okay, so I got my tail light housing off. It was literally two screws, one here, one here. Something popped and crackled when I took it out. Might have been another clip there somewhere. You can see I got a little wasp thing right here. But be careful when you're pulling these plugs off, because you got to obviously pry it out, and this thing is so old. One of them was literally dry rotted. I just looked at it and it fell off. So this is the part on the bottom that goes to, so if I can make it look like this. So the top connector is for the brake light, the bottom connector is for the reverse light. So the reverse light's the one we want, and we want the positive, which is the black wire with the red stripe. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is just shave into this and then attach the other wire and then seal it back up. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so we got to get this red wire up under there through that little tiny opening there. And if you wondered how we're going to do it, mechanics tools are the greatest thing, is always the right tool for the right job. I don't know if you can see this, but we're just going to reach that down through there, grab the cable and pull it back up there. And as you can see, that worked like a champ. Got it on the first try. So now we're just going to, I'm going to cut into, I'm going to splice into this red wire right here, red and black wire. And we're going to attach this one, and we're going to see if we get some power when we put it in reverse. All right, so if you can see what I did here, I used a single edge razor blade cutter. Be careful, don't alter your fingerprints permanently. And then I just, let's see if it'll zoom in on this. There we go. You can see I just took some of the housing away. Again, this is old rubber, so it actually peeled away kind of easily. But I'm going to attach, I'm going to shave down, sorry I'm moving the camera around. I'm going to shave down that end. I'm going to attach it there, and then I'm going to seal it up with some electrical tape, and we'll go from there. So do yourself a favor and just give yourself enough wire on the red wire that you're connecting. You know, I've got about half an inch there or so, 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to wrap it all around there, and then I'm going to seal it with hot glue, and then I'm going to put some electrical tape around it. So I can't do all of that and film at the same time, so let's see. All right, so I'm going to try and zoom in on this a little bit. Let's see here. There we go. So hopefully you can see what I've done there. And I'm getting ready to, I'm going to go ahead and hot glue this bad boy now. I just came up with this idea. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not. If I drip glue on here, don't worry about it. This is my beater. Now it's getting windy out, of course. Why wouldn't it? Hold on a second here. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. There we go. That should seal it up. We're just going to let it dry real quick. It cools off pretty quick. By the way, pro tip from a non-pro, always remember to let this thing cool before you set it down on something, and then you got sticky glue everywhere. All right, so it's literally been less than a minute, and you can see the stuff is dry already. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to try and see if I can get juice to this thing. I'm going to run these cords through here and mock them up real quick, and I'll be back in a minute. Duh, of course it's upside down because the camera mounts like that. Oh, hold on a second. Camera mounts like that. So we're just gonna, I'm gonna set it on here like this. We should just get a shot like that. A gratuitous shot of my Mustang when I put it in reverse. So let's see here. Let's try again. And by the way, lapse time here is only about 15 minutes. I'm not bragging or anything, but okay, here we go. Reverse. There we go. You can see, obviously I need to mount it and then get it set so it has the best angle, but there we go. I'm going to hide these wires, and then you'll be able to see, I'll show you how I hit them and ran it through the center of the car, the console, etc. And there you have it. You can hear the gratuitous chirp of the 2003 infamous water pump situation with Explorers. That's going to be my next project. Be right back. Okay, just a tip here. You're going to need a mini or a micro Phillips head. This thing comes with double backing tape that you can put on the base. I put it up there, then just drilled a guide hole right there. Make sure you're using a super small, and I mean super small drill bit, because you obviously want that screw to hold in there. So screw the one in on the left side, going to screw the one in on the right side now, and we'll be done. We won't be done, but we'll be mounted. Right, just so you can see, screw there, screw on the other side. This thing swivels up and down, and then you can tighten it. I'll tighten it with the side screws. Gratuitous shot of the American flag. Happy birthday, America, a couple days ago. We're almost done. For you to see here. So here's the camera. It does have a plug. There's a plug I'm going to plug it into. I'm using as much of this cable as I possibly can this direction for obvious reasons. So if I need more on the inside, I haven't shorted myself. But we're going to plug this in and start running the cable through the interior. The cable is coming out here, like right where I pulled the other one. It's going to go under this piece of weather stripping and into the car. By the way, in case you didn't know, one of the things you do need, usually always have a good Dremel tool. What I use that to do is shave away a little bit of that inside, and I'm gonna polish that off a little bit so that there's no jagged edges, because we're just going to put this through there and make a hole bigger than you need, because you don't want it rubbing, and obviously sooner or later rubbing through the casing. I'll probably wrap the casing with some rubber as well, but then we'll put the weather stripping back over it, and our cable will be inside the car. Remember, Dremel tool. Also remember, eye protection when you're using one. Again, pro tips from a non-pro. Okay, just so you can see what's going on here, I'm going to run my wires back here and down into the console. Just so you know, you want to know how to take this thing off. That's it. It is the slimmest Phillips head, or excuse me, the slimmest flathead that you can find, and then start at the top and just work your way around very easily. Do not crack this. Trust me, if you just work with it a little bit, if it's been in there and never been out, you can see back in there, this one doesn't look like it's ever been out, but it'll work. And then you've still got some plugs and stuff back there that are connected, so don't just jerk it out, because, oh, just remember this as well. Take your control knobs off here first, and then start pulling this thing out. All right, let me hide these wires back here. I got it done. All right, I got it done. I'm not going to show you how I ran it all. You literally, with a vehicle this old, you just need a flathead screwdriver, and you can press a cable under any piece of trim. Pretty much, just don't pry up on it. I went under some sideboards. I went under the main console, but I got them all hidden, and here we go. All right, so we're on. You can see my wires. You can see them there a little bit, but I'm not drilling holes in the dashboard. I got them all under there. They come out right there. Again, when you're not looking, you can't even see them, but there's that wonderful water pump wheel. But let's see what happens when we put it in reverse. And you probably can't see it because of the sun, but yeah, there's our reverse camera right there. All right, I'm going to face it down a little bit, but we're all installed, and that was just a hair under an hour, and that's with filming. Hopefully this helped you. If it did, if you could give it a thumbs up, subscribe. That is your installation of a backup camera with an aftermarket Apple CarPlay for a Ford Explorer 2003. All right, so there's what it looks like in the back. And if you're wondering what I do with the cables, always have zip ties to make. They're good for hanging wires. They're good for making handcuffs. But yeah, just zip tied it up there. That's pretty much it.